I am Amos Confidence, a healthcare practitioner, microbiologist, educator, a special education and needs therapist with expertise in supporting individuals with diverse disabilities and complex needs. Since we are in the season of Valentine, a time where many are focused on the language of the heart, I want to invite you into a deeper conversation. I want us to talk about the language of RDNA. As a professional who works daily with the consequences of genetic compatibility, I have realized that many people are still operating in the dark. There is a dangerous confusion between what a genotype is called and what a blood group is called. And today, I am going to peel back the layers for you. To understand your body, you must first distinguish between your blood group and your genotype. Your blood group, which includes types like A, AB, B, and O, is the specific protein found on the surface of your red blood cell. Think of your blood group like a car painted red. It has nothing to do with the engine's blueprint. Your blood group serves a purpose of blood transfusion, while your genotype is a genetic engine blueprint. Your genotype is that code that determines the future health of your offspring. It is a code that determines whether your children would inherit a blood disorder. In our world, the primary genotypes we focus on are AA, AS, AC, and SS. An individual with the AA genotype has two normal hemoglobin. This is the part of the blood that carries oxygen. Individuals with the AS or AC genotype are called carriers. This simply means that these individuals are perfectly healthy, but with a sickle cell trait, which is hidden, unknown to them, except when tested. Example: when two people of this same genotype, AS or AC, come together, they produce a child with the sickle cell disease, resulting to having children with either SS or SC. This is a condition where the cell gets stiff, like a sickle or C-shape, resulting to emotional trauma, agony, lifetime medical crises, and financial expenses. As an educator, I want to give you the clear rules so you are never in doubt. If you are AA, you are the universal partner. You can safely marry anyone. AA, AS, AC, without the risk of having a child with the sickle cell disease. But if you marry an individual with the XS genotype, there is a 25% chance of having a child with the sickle cell anemia. If an individual with the genotype AS marries another individual with the genotype AS, or an individual with the genotype AC marries another individual with the genotype AC, or an individual with the genotype SS marries another individual with the genotype SS, or an individual with the genotype AS marries another individual with the genotype AC, or an individual with the genotype AC marries another individual with the genotype SS, or an individual with the genotype SS marries another individual with the genotype AS or AC. You are entering the high risk zone. In this pairing, there is a significant chance of your children inheriting the sickle cell trait from both parents, resulting to having children with the genotype SS or SC. This is where the struggle begins. I am not just speaking to you from the place of medical theory. I am speaking to you as a woman who had to choose between a 4-year-old love story and the integrity of my future home. I was in a relationship where marriage was the next step. In the past, my partner had insisted his genotype was AA, but as a microbiologist, I am inquisitive by nature, a professional by training. I went as far as testing my genotype in 3 different hospitals just to be certain I am AS. When my partner eventually did a rigorous recheck, the truth came out. He was AS too. I had to make a traumatizing decision to walk away from a shared dream. It hasn't been easy. I have encountered talking stages where I asked the genotype question from day one, only to be told that they are all aware of the tech. I had to educate them from the scratch. There were moments of deep frustration where I kept meeting people of the same genotype as mine. I almost became gullible to dating a potential partner whose genotype was the same as mine. Thank God I didn't make such a mistake out of frustration. It is better to wait than walk into a mistake. A lot of people choose to proceed with an incompatible partner with the hope for a miracle. While I believe in faith and have listened to numerous testimonies, I want to assure you that there are no easy paths. There are several options to undergo if you choose to get married as an AS couple, but I will list 2. The first is the in vitro fertilization with pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. This is a process where the baby is conceived in the lab and doctors are to select only the AA embryo. You need to understand that there are no guarantee to a successful pregnancy. You also need to understand that this is a process that requires you being financially stable. The second is the prenatal testing, where your embryo is tested in the womb. If the embryo is found to be SS, you'll have to decide whether to keep the pregnancy or do the needful. These are no easy path. Why am I being so detailed? As a special education needs therapist for people with special needs, I see the reality that these gambles often face. I see children with brain damage, cognitive delay, stroke, learning disability, and many more as a result of being a sickle cell patient. While love is a beautiful thing, the highest form of love is protection. A call to rational love. It is better to endure a temporary heartbreak from a breakup than to witness a lifelong heartbreak of a child in sickle cell crisis. Please, do not get married as an AS couple. Ensure you check and recheck your genotype result in 3 different reputable hospitals just to be certain, as I did. I stand here today with no absolute regret. I am grateful that I didn't let my emotion take the best part of me. I saved my unborn children from a life of pain, agony, and emotional trauma. Love is a beautiful thing. Love with your heart, but lead with your head.